This is day 2 for me of 14 days of action. So I'm moving in faith. I know I just started out the gate talking, right? But I got to do it just like that. I'm moving in faith, believing God for some big things. And I decided that in the last 14 days or so of this year, or less than 14 days, that I had to do some things. And so I'm just moving in faith, just doing one thing, planting at least one seed per day to do the things that I know I need to do. And as I'm doing that, you'll see some posts for me, some things I'm sharing, some items if you want to partake in that, if you just want to donate, you're more than welcome to do that. But I just wanted to share some things that I'm learning as I go through this process. So today, I wanted to share about falling back into the familiar when you make a decision to move forward. So there's some things I want to get done, some creative projects I want to launch, all those kind of things. And today I received a text message this morning that was an invitation to fall back into the familiar. That is to forego this 14-day process of faith, if you will, or to interrupt it is a better way to put it, to do something that's familiar. And I almost let go. There's a gospel song, a line in it that says, I almost let go. I was right at the edge of a breakthrough, but couldn't see it. And I had that thought today talking to a friend of mine. So I literally had to call somebody who I trusted, who's a peer mentor, if you will, somebody who's godly counsel. And I said, okay, here's the situation. I need you to help me assess it and tell me just your perspective on everything. Gave that person all the details. And what's so crazy is that this person said, no, I just have to give it to you straight the way you actually just challenged me just a few minutes ago about something I was getting ready to do that was really the same thing, falling back into the familiar, because you start looking at your situation. And sometimes that is the case. You're looking at your situation and you're saying, is this a faith move or am I being stupid? And me and this person talk like this all the time to try to figure out, like, am I really moving in faith or am I being a dummy? And sometimes you actually do not know, but you just have to move in faith. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. I talked to this person about what it is that I wanted to do. And thankfully, after talking to them, I made the decision not to go back to the familiar. Now, am I nervous about some things to a certain degree about what I'm working on, the creative projects I want to put out, whether or not it's all going to get done within the next 10 days or so? Absolutely. However, I'm choosing that I'm going to stay in this process because it's only day 2. So if you see some posts from me, that's just me sharing items of stuff that I have that I'm just trying to get rid of. I'm using what I have in order to get what I most want. If you want to donate, you can do that at renitadterry.com/donate. And if you're just donating, put donate. You're not required to do anything. I don't really care. I'm just going to do what I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to share some lessons along the way. And that's all I'm doing here, is just telling you that sometimes when you make a faith move, you will be challenged to go back into whatever the familiar is. And this doesn't have to do necessarily with a relationship, like a romantic relationship or anything. It can be anything. It can be related to a job. It could be related to just something that is keeping you from moving forward. And you have to decide, will I move forward in this moment, or will I go back to what's familiar? So if any of this makes sense to you, I'm going to keep it short. But if it makes sense to you, let me know in the comments. Let me know what it is that you're nervous about moving forward about. I'll talk probably later this week about how sometimes you're waiting. And this is for my people who are overthinkers, who have a lot of gifts, but sometimes you wonder about which one to work on first as well. Here's a quote I want to share with you that really arrested my attention earlier this year. This was shared by Anthony Evans Jr., who's a Christian artist, and he said a friend said this to him, and I just want to share with you. He says, some of us are asking, where is God? Quote, well, he just might be at the last place he asks you to do something. Psh, man, that really messed me up, because sometimes we're waiting for a clear path when what we need to have is shoes that fit so that we can get moving, or even that semi fit. So lace your shoes up, lace your running shoes up, lace your walking shoes up, and get to walking instead of looking for like a clear path, like everything clear. What am I going to do? Where am I going? Like all of that. And you hadn't even hit the first block. And again, I'm talking about this relative to whatever it is you're supposed to be doing. I know a lot about this kind of stuff. So anyway, I hope this helps you. Peace. I'll talk again.